Hello everyone, and welcome to Fatal Frame. And the most recent version... Oh, I love that sound. That one too. This game is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual people or organizations is entirely coincidental. Also be advised that this game includes some graphic imagery. Bit of a difference from the original game, which had "based on a true story" as the tagline. Prologue, Lurking in the Deep, Ryu Hinasaki. Spirited Away. In the vicinity of Mount Hikami, people who have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. One such girl is Miyu Hinasaki. She awakens to find herself in an old, half-flooded building. I was gonna say, it's hard to tell if I'm looking at just flowing water or hair. It looks like both. Controller. That doesn't look good. So let's just go with the flow. I have to get out of here. Use R to look around. Oh, there's another one coming up. The only direction you want to walk. And her heart is really racing here. Search for an exit. It's being held shut by a powerful force. This must be this game's version of Blinded. Oh, it's open. Out of here. I have to find a way out of here. So what is this thing? Not to the right, that's for sure. Looks like there's a cave wall on the other side of the lattice. I can see some stone statues out in the darkness. Must be underground. How do I get out of here? Slide at the end of the corridor. Maybe there's a way out that way. They're chasing after me. I have to get out. Hold down L2 to run. be the black water. Get me the heck out of here! We got water. Again. Well, there's nowhere else to go, so I guess it's to the box. Uh-oh. Hinasaki has disappeared. Oh, I thought I'd be playing with her a little longer. No one could hear her cries for help as she was sealed into a shrine on top of a mountain. The mountain is where the events of the story take place. We follow the fates of 3 people. Yuri, Kent, Ren, and Mew. It is a terrifying tale of the supernatural. Blackwater. We are in for this. At least I am. Trophy earned lurking in the deep. First drop, a vanishing trace. Yuri Kozakata. Shadow reading. Among the residents of the villages at the foot of Mount Hikami, a certain unique ability has been passed through the ages. This ability, known as shadow reading, enables the user to view the shadow or trace of someone lost in inexplicable circumstances. This is not unlike the psychometry practiced elsewhere. Yuri Kozakata accompanies Hisoku Karasawa, a woman who possesses the shadow reading ability, to an abandoned inn on Mount Hikami. Sensing Yuri could in time become talented at shadow reading, Hisoka takes her along on an assignment.
I thought that I'd be scared of death. But I can't even cry. In the end, I am alone. I will end it all. Alone.
Yuri?
Huh?
What we're looking for should be in here. This is an excellent chance for you to take the lead. Here, take this.
Ah,
It's the camera.
This is a camera obscura. It will let you see the unseen, including the clues that will help you find what we're here for. This is your opportunity, your first case. I'm sure you'll do well. Let's start with a little practice. It works exactly like a normal camera. Give it a try. Just hold up the camera. The camera obscura photographs the netherworld, a whole other world separate from our own. Make sure not to draw too much interest from the things you see.
Yeah,
If you aren't
that could
careful,
be interesting.
you might be drawn into the netherworld yourself.
Got your eyes closed. Oh, that's different.
Things around here seem to have changed. It wasn't exactly bustling, but it never used to be like this. Take this.
Got the post-mortem photograph.
It's a token. It will help lead you to what we're looking for. Now don't panic, but be sure to stay on your guard. Go on and head inside.
Really position and manipulate characters and ghosts in order to take the perfect picture. Camera operation mode, you can adjust the lens and frame, whereas in character operation mode, you can reposition characters, etc. Once everything is in place, remove the menu of display and get snapping. I'll check that out later. Trophy earned, contest contender. These trophies are
This
big
is a
on
postmortem
alliteration.
photograph. It's not just a normal photograph that was taken to mourn the dead. It's why Ren sent us here. But it seems that this photo came from somewhere around here, and he wants us to see whether we can find it.
Excuse me. Gesundheit. Make sure I see everything before I move on to the story stuff. You never know when you might find something important. Oh, cool. Turning the controller turns the angle of the camera. He doesn't look suspicious. You might want to get the camera up. I wonder if I could have got a shot of him through that wall. There's a lot of water in here.
Yuri, wait. I can sense something. It's called a trace. A shadow of the past. The token is showing you the way. These traces can lead you to the right path. Let's follow that shadow.
Good, but I wanted to go this way. Just checking. I don't see anything. Good. Oh, but it's so beautiful up that way. There's a light ahead. Yeah, I know. I want to see what this is. Old dusty book has been left in the hallway. Maybe someone dropped it? Mount Hakami's downfall. Mount Hakami has long been considered holy ground. For centuries, people have been drawn to the many sacred shrines and places of worship, as well as the natural features such as the Twilight Peak and the Pool of Purification, which have themselves been treated with great reverence. The mountain was also popular with tourists and mountain climbers for the beauty of its abundant clear waters and ancient mysterious forests. Worshippers and hikers alike used to find rest at Ishiru Manor, a hot spring resort near the foot of the mountain. Now the inn lies desolate, devoid of visitors. The mountain never recovered from a devastating landslide it suffered many years ago. The shrine road to the summit was cut off, and the flow of the water throughout the mountain was altered, forever changing the landscape. New roads that were under construction had to be abandoned, and Ishiru Manor was buried under a slough of rock, resulting in numerous fatalities. Among those lost were the family of Ishiru Manor's proprietor, effectively putting an end to the business. Mount Hakami's days as a tourist destination were no more. Instead, the mountain gained notoriety as a suicide spot. perhaps because it was traditionally a destination to which the dying would venture. The mountains now a place for those wishing to end their own lives. By extension, it has also become a place for thrill seekers interested in the occult. I've missed it. In places where the traces of the past are very strong, you may be able to view echoes of the past. Photographing them will earn you photo points, which can be used to upgrade the cameras. Yeah, and I missed it. Through the door, huh?
Maybe it's in this room.
The door is locked.
It appears we need a key. Try using the camera obscura.
Psychic photographs. When you look around through the lens of the camera obscura, you may notice it reacting to objects which are not normally visible. Lock on and photograph them to expose places or items they have a connection with. Find the locations from the photographs and you may discover some clues there as well. That's interesting. There's something in the photo. There's light coming out of a closet and there's a doll on top of a chest of drawers. This might be where the key is. Find the place shown in the photograph. It's somewhere in this building. To view the photograph again, open the main menu and go to the Tokens tab within Items Records.
Yuri, you go on ahead of me and look for the key to the door. I'll wait for you here.
Probably up those stairs I bypassed. Oh, there's feet. That was feet. Key on red keychain. Might open that door from before. Go back to Ahsoka. Should have just took the picture. Guess it's hard to crawl when you only got one hand.
It's somewhere in this room. Take a look around. Hold on. There's something there.
Random expose. Camera obscura will react to items that are normally hidden from the eyes of the living. Failing to bring those items back to this world by photographing the place they were taken from with the correct angle and position. Focus on the item by tilting the viewfinder with L1 and R1 while holding L2 and then press Ctrl. There we go.
This is what we came here for. We shouldn't stay here any longer than we need to.
You're right.
Let's head back before it gets dark.
Okay.
There's a large hole at the bottom of the wall. You can see soil from the mountain through it. There's the main menu. I got nothing. It's just a door on the wall. Okay, cool. No more feet.
Yuri, searching for objects like we did just now might be easy, but searching for people is much more difficult. Psychometry allows you to see the psychic imprint as a shadow. Never follow after the shadow of someone who's been spirited away. You might end up seeing something you wish you hadn't.
Ghosts will try to attack, or grab you. Like that. Ghost grabs you. So Ghost your quote when you took a photograph of it. Maybe taking more will exercise it for good. Fighting ghosts. Photograph a ghost's weak points, circle to deal damage to them. For a capture area, the rectangle in the center of the screen is your area of attack. You cannot take photos if you're out of film. Press triangle to enter. Spirit fragments break off when a ghost takes damage. After a time, they are reabsorbed. Photograph the fragments before that happens. 5 or more targets in review. Taking a photograph will knock back the ghosts. The capture area will go red during the shutter chance. Keep adjusting your position so you have at least 5 targets, including ghosts and spirit fragments, in view to trigger shutter chances. Go. Goes. The capture area flashes red as the ghost is attacking. You can take a fatal frame shot. You need to capture the ghost mid-attack. Apart from a knockback effect, fatal frame shots trigger fatal time. You can take photos in close succession without using film. Fatal frame shots are very useful when spirits are too close for you to trigger shutter chance. Camera obscura only has an effect on ghosts within a specific range. Ghosts that are too far away will not take any damage. The bigger the target, the more damage the camera will deal. Get close to the ghost for more powerful shots. Trophy earned. Exorcism Embarkation.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought you here.
I am alone.
Of course there's a ritual of some kind involved. There's always a ritual of some kind involved in these games.
Oh, that dream again.
Mr. Hojo? Hisoka came by a little while ago.
Oh, Hisoka. What does she want?
She found the photo book.
She did?
Yeah, here, take a look.
Just like his dream. While learning about shadow reading from Hisoka, Yuri used the ability to retrieve an album of post-mortem photographs from a ruined inn. As Ron awoke from a bad dream, he found himself tormented by uncertainty. Was it really just a dream or a suppressed childhood memory? The question has plagued him for some time. Rank C. Excuse me. Trophy earned, a vanishing trace. The following additional content has been added. Past protagonist costume set. It can be accessed from Triangle Costumes. Yo. Cutesy goth ensemble. Find Fuyuhi Himino. It has been several days since the incident at the inn. Hisoka is out on a case. A young girl comes to the shop and finds a worried Yuri. Yuri is given a missing person case that Hisoka forbade. I think we're good with what we got. That's the what you see when you load up the game. A few days have passed since Yuri's introduction to shadow reading at the abandoned inn. Since then, Hisoka has gone off somewhere and hasn't returned. Yuri worries for Hisoka, but isn't sure how or where to start searching. As she sits waiting at the antique shop, a girl named Fuyuhi Himino shows up, claiming to have enlisted Hisoka to help her find a missing person. Excuse any weird sounds here. Nice shop.
Excuse me.
Hello?
I'm looking for Hisoka Kurosawa. Is she here?
Oh, I'm sorry, but she stepped out.
My name is Fuyuhi Himino. I've been waiting for her to tell me if she could help me find someone. I still haven't got a reply from her.
You're looking for someone?
She might have gone to the mountain. Mount Hikami.
Mount Hikami.
Someone told me that they saw my friend there. It's an infamous suicide spot, isn't it? I don't know why Haruka would go to a place like that, and without even saying a word to me.
Don't worry. As soon as Hisoka gets back, I'll tell her.
No, that's fine. I can't wait any longer. I'll go look for her myself.
Huh? Come back!
Missing person case? Hisoka left a few days ago and hasn't been back. Maybe this is what she's been working on. Hisoka's room is upstairs. Maybe she left some clues as to her whereabouts. Plenty of shots of him. Nothing really spectacular though. Looks updated, huh? I didn't mean to replay it. Alright. Young girl with psychic abilities. After surviving a tragic accident, she has been able to see ghosts and visions of the past. Since that day, she has felt death calling to her. One day she disappeared and Hisoka was asked to find her. Hisoka found Yuri just as she was about to jump from a cliff. Yuri now stays with Hisoka at her antique shop. Yuri avoids other people, terrified of seeing into their souls. She helps around the shop mostly by cleaning. She rarely deals with customers. She's always found it hard to ignore those in need, and her abilities only make things worse. The only time she feels free of her worries is when she cycles. Hisoka. The owner of an antique shop, she has developed her psychic abilities by learning from local elders and by researching the subject. One of those locals gave her a camera obscura, which she now uses to look for missing objects and people. She stopped Yuri from jumping and brought the orphan girl back to her shop. She feels for Yuri, but Hisoka doesn't have the power she does. She can only sense the ghosts and memories, not see them. She tells fortunes as a hobby. She has become quite popular with young students who frequent her cafe. Her coffee is renowned for its taste, and Hisoka likes to say, "Sometimes a cup of coffee can make all the difference." 2,300-foot tall mountain close to where Hisoka and Yuri live. It used to be a holy place for a now dead religion, and although some of the shrines and other buildings still stand, there are none now alive who keep to those practices. The mountain is blessed with natural beauty. It overflows with springs and is overgrown with vegetation. A company attempted to turn it into a tourist attraction. They built new buildings and a cable car, even printed out brochures, but the project was abandoned after a devastating landslide. Mount Akami was once thought of as a place only the dead could enter, and even now it attracts those who wish to end their life. Many believe that this notorious suicide spot is cursed. An old inn that has been on Mount Akami for as long as anyone remembers. It was refurbished and made into a hot spring resort as part of the development project. The 3-floor concrete building is a new addition. Ichiru Manor was abandoned after the old building was lost in a massive landslide. The owner of the inn, having lost his family, committed suicide. The inn is said to be haunted by the ghosts of those who died there, including the ghost of the ill-fated innkeeper. I wonder if that was who I fought. Kurosawa's Antiques. An old house renovated by Hisoka, the front hall is now an antique shop and cafe. There was an antique shop there to begin with, but Hisoka always wanted to be a cafe owner, so she redecorated. There's a very relaxed atmosphere, attracting a few regulars. Hisoka also uses it as a base for her unusual shadow reading business. Yet another draw for certain customers is her fortune telling, which Hisoka does as a hobby. Camera with the power to expose that which normally remains hidden. Invented by Dr. Kunihiko Aso, a researcher of the occult. The special film it uses captures traces of beings which are not of the world of the living. Several of these cameras exist, but as each was made as a prototype, their appearance and capabilities differ. Most of them are broken now, and no one knows how to repair them. The cameras are highly sought after by collectors, despite rumors of them being cursed. The collectors either see that as another unique property and a risk worth taking, or they discredit such talk as mere superstition. Just like Hisoka, there are people who use the cameras as tools for specialist work. However, such people tend to already have the ability to sense the ephemeral. Some say that the broken cameras aren't broken at all, the users do not have the ability to make them work. Postmortem photography. The original intention behind postmortem photography was the bodies were dressed in their finest clothes, and their faces made to look as if they were alive. In a time when photographs were a luxury very few could afford, postmortem photographs offered a chance to capture an image of their beloved. Dr. Kunihiko Aso, with his camera obscura, has been invited all over Japan to take such pictures. Most of them are on Mount Hakami. Postmortem photographs were especially treasured by those living on and around Mount Hakami. They believe that a camera captures the soul of the photographed person, preserving it unchanged for eternity. I'll read that later. I don't still have the camera. There are various antique cans and storage jars under a shelf of coffee cups. about Mount Hakami was lying on the bookshelf. The Deathly Mountain. Seems to be about the traditions surrounding the mountain. Mount Hakami has long been feared to be haunted. In the past, it was said that sleeping with one's feet facing the mountain was taboo. Watching the sunset behind the mountain, too, was believed to invite forth beings from the netherworld. Today, the mountain is said to call to those fascinated by death. Countless rumors abound of people spirited away to that cursed peak. They are said to venture to the mountain alone, leaving behind no trace of themselves. Some say the bodies of those who vanished can be found at the bottom of the lake of the departed on the mountain's summit. Since becoming a tourist destination, the prevalence of such frightening tales did seem to diminish for a while. Even so, despite its fleeting status as a tourist hotspot, Mount Hakami is yet to shake its reputation as a cursed mountain, a place of death. Today it has become a popular place of which to commit suicide. I know a certain forest near Fuji that would beg to differ with that one, huh? Yeah, interesting place to keep a staircase. Nothing of interest in here. Why'd you go to the bottom drawer? Pretty kimono hangs on a rack. Down on the shop floor. Yeah, that's not going to be a source of a jump scare later on, is it? Small potted plantain lily sits on top of a low dresser. This is Ahsoka's room. She really likes the traditional Japanese style. A folder reading Lost Items sits on the desk. Looks like it's bound by string. Lost item case files. These seem to be notes on Ahsoka's shadow reading cases. Client, missing item, diary, token, photo of the deceased, details, locate mother's diary. Client seeks info on their late mother. Relates to a deceased individual. Apply caution. Results: the caretaker of the deceased had burned the diary at her request. Client. Missing item, storeroom key. Token, photo of the deceased. Details: locate storeroom key. Item may already be lost. Token and item belong to deceased. Apply caution. Results: item located had been hidden by a client's parent. Or by client's parent. Returned to the client. Client. Missing item, diamond ring. Token, rings box. Client seeks lost engagement ring. Requested fiancé not be notified. Date of wedding soon approaching. Result: found on client's desk was in an obvious place, but somehow eluded the client. It happens. Client, Renhojo. Missing item, album of postmortem photographs. Token, postmortem photograph. Details: reference material for a book about traditional practice in Mount Koei area. Bad location, but minimal danger anticipated. Client is an acquaintance. Result: found in an old building at an abandoned inn. Shadow attempted to drag Yuri toward the netherworld. Should have gone alone. Must warn Yuri to stay away from the mountain. The book next to the file is entitled The Art of Shadow Reading. Shadow reading is the ability to read traces of the past, not unlike the ability commonly known as psychometry. By following these traces, it is possible to find things that have gone missing or which were no longer visible. Things that are demonstrably there, but for reasons unknown, are all but invisible. Things the owner wished to be forgotten, things which owners have things whose owners have passed away, things that no longer wish to be seen, things drawn partway into the nether world, invisible within our own. Such items can be called back to the world of the living. Unlike these objects, however, people who have been spirited away must not be chased after lightly. In many such cases, they have been taken by creatures of the nether world who linger nearby. Utmost caution must always be applied. Letter from Fuyuhi. An open envelope has been left on the desk. The sender's name reads Fuyuhi Himino. This must be Fuyuhi's missing person request. Oh, Himuro. I was thinking it wasn't that the name of the mansion in the first game, but no, that was the Himuro mansion, not the Himino. Maybe it could provide some clues as to where Hisoka and Fuyuhi went. Dear Ms. Kurosawa, please find Haruka. She went missing over a week ago. You do still take on missing person cases, don't you? I've contacted the police, but they're no help. Like they say, she was probably spirited away. Haruka wouldn't have gone anywhere without telling me. I'm certain something as bad has happened. I can handle my own grief, but I can't stand the thought of her suffering somewhere. What if she's waiting for me to find her? I'm worried sick. Haruka is still alive. I know it, but something has to be done and quick. Remember when you found that precious picture of me and Haruka? I was so happy to have it. Now I need you to find her. Photograph with the letter. It shows Fuyuhi looking shy and another girl. They look close.
Hisoka. She must have gone to Mount Hikami to look for this girl. Mount Hikami. A place where many come to take their lives. I'm positive that Fuyuhi must have come here.
Now Hikami, Fuyuhi is somewhere on this mountain. I should be able to use this picture of her to find her trace. If I don't have the camera, then whatever the heck am I doing here? Time to crouch. Pool of purification. Notes updated. The road has collapsed and the stone stairs are cut off. It must have been the landslide. The old road seems to carry on up to the edge of the cliff. After coming to Hisoka for help, she went to look for her friend Haruka Momose on the Mount Hikami by herself. Fuyuhi was one of Hisoka's regulars, not in this cafe, but for the fortune-telling. She hasn't come lately, so Yuri doesn't know her. Hisoka did not accept the case right away, but asked for some time to think about it. Growing impatient, Fuyuhi visited the shop. Water flowing from the rocks has pooled here, forming a small pond. Something on the ground. Sometimes a ghost hand will appear when you try to reach for an object. Release R2 at the right moment to dodge it. If you do get grabbed, use the sticks to break the hold on you. Tourist brochure? I wonder if for you he dropped it. It has a map of the mountain. This should be very useful. So this is the way from the pool of purification to the unfathomable forest. Got it. Okay, it's still following her. Waterfall is beautiful as it flows down. A lot of people probably came to see this back when the mountain was a tourist destination. The stone monument has been set in the rocky hollow. It's covered in moss, so I can't tell if there's any writing on it. Must be a memorial for those who lost their lives in the landslide. Alright, let's see what we've got. Flashing over here. Something under the waterfall. Purifying embers ×1. Coals that light the forbidden flame. They dry you and remove the taint of the black water. Witness gauge to the lower right of the screen will light up when you come in contact with water. If you get drenched, you'll become an easy target for malevolent spirits. Use purifying embers to dry yourself off. Cool. Pills made from a myriad of herbs. Consuming them will restore some health. I didn't like the sound of that yell. The road is buried under earth and rock. Grass and trees jut out from amongst it. It must have collapsed a long time ago. You know what? Use one of those purifying embers right now. Purifying embers, excellent. Alright, so we got ourselves a little... Which way did she go? Which way did she go? This way. Down and to the left. Or right, I should say. Something in the water. Camera. Soka's camera obscura. What's it doing here? Type 14 film times 24. Old film, but it's not effective at exercising ghosts, and it takes a long time to load. Got the stun lens. A lens that forcibly staggers the photographed subject. Use it, equip it to your camera obscura, and press square when you have enough spirit power. Got the switch upgrade. This allows you to equip and take pictures with different lenses. Now use the camera obscura. Press triangle to enter photo mode. Trophy earned extra exorcism. Camera obscura must have been carried here by the current. This means Hisoka is on the mountain too. I should focus on finding Fuyui first. She can't have gone far. Woman on a cliff. Didn't get much of it. Can't see the bottom middle because the right would drop from the side. From here you can see the whole area below the waterfall. There's the shrine road wiped out by the landslide and the path that leads up here. That direction. I gotta go this way. Fork in the road. The plants here are slightly different from the ones below the pool. I must be close to the unfathomable forest. There's a fence here. Fuyuhi Himino entering the forest. Fuyuhi's note 1. There's a tone note lying on the ground. It looks like Fuyuhi Himino's. I looked into Mount Hikami. It's always been a spiritual place. Not spiritual as in holy, but spiritual as in filled with the spirits of the dead. Maybe that's why it's a suicide spot? Haruka wouldn't go to die alone, though, not without telling me. The book said people get spirited away to the mountain. They get called towards it and disappear alone. I read how it calls to people who are perceptive, anxious, meek, and who lack family. My heart skipped a beat when I read that. It was describing Haruka perfectly. She's so kind and accepting. She's always opens up to me. She's alert even when she seems to be spacing out. She knows what I'm thinking. Maybe she was spirited away. But where do people go when they're spirited away? The more I think about it, the scarier it gets, and the more my heart starts pounding. Into the unfathomable forest. Pool purification. Let's see what it said about that. A spot by the old path to the shrines on Mount Akami. The path passes by a few waterfalls, and the pilgrims used to clean themselves in the crystal clear water before proceeding to the shrines. The pool below the Maiden Fall, used by shrine maidens, was particularly beautiful. For a brief time, the pool of purification was a tourist attraction, and shrine maidens performed ritual ablutions for show, but it's been some time since tourists last came to Mount Akami. According to a legend, the true shrine maidens of Mount Akami had all been murdered, which might be the reason the faith abruptly died out. Their bodies are said to have washed up into the pool. Occultists like to refer to it as the Maiden Pool. And then the unfathomable forest. I'm going to grab a drink before I read this one. A forest located halfway up Mount Hikami. The name comes from a folk tale saying that those who wander into the forest forget who they are and where they are going. The new path to the shrines goes through this forest. It was built as part of the project aiming to turn the mountain into a tourist destination. However, after a landslide destroyed most of it, only parts remain. Some areas have flooded and are now fenced off. Since the mountain became infamous as a suicide spot, many curious occultists have broken through those fences. Belongings of missing people can be found there. Some say that those who go astray in the forest do not just get lost, but that they are killed by something. Lovely. Missed it. I saw him by the shrine on the other side of the river. Was it Fuyuhi? close up. So they can't really go that way now. Let me go back and take a look, see if there's anything else. There's an old signpost here, but it's so caked in moss that I can't read what it says. How did you walk through that log? So many items to pick up over here. Look at this. Yuhi Himino looking up a tree. Looked like she was looking down at the tree. I don't know what to do now that Haruka's gone missing. I can't do anything on my own. It's like I can't breathe. We've been close since we're children. Now she's gone. I realize how important she is to me. How irreplaceable. I can't stop thinking I could have done something when she left that day. Maybe if I said something I could have stopped her from going. The waiting is unbearable. I should have been the one to disappear. It should be me. If Haruka comes back, there's so much I want to tell her. I should tell her how I really feel before we end things together. Maybe she's already known for a long time, but I'll tell her anyway. I have to tell her. If he has been here, I can use this note to pick up her trace again. Hanged woman. Yikes. That's not Haruna.
Together with me.
Triggered it too soon.
Disappearing.
Man for water 1, man for water 2, one from water 1, one from water 2. Heal myself up a little bit there. Yeah, I know, I want to go get this item first. Oh, I think we have some film. Type 61 film, nice. New film in good condition is effective at exercising ghosts. Alright, excellent. Oh, there's a item over here by the shrine. More purifying embers. Try it that way. I want to get this. Sacred water. Clean water used for purification. Restores your health completely. Very nice. Swept away Maiden. Heading up to that shrine. More sacred water. And more sacred water. We got, whoa. Got a few spirits heading up my way, huh? Several spirits. Wipe out the other ghosts that were over here already? There's like 3 of them coming at me. More embers. More embers. I missed it. Unless it's just drawing me towards that. Yep, probably that. That was the item I saw. There's a path along the riverbank. I think it will let me get down to the water. Been there. Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. So what he's saying. And from the water 3. Go to the shrine itself then, huh? Countless dolls are lined up around the shrine. Maybe the shrine used dolls in the ceremonies. Look like they've been out here for quite some time, exposed to the elements. Another creepy doll that always follows you. Dolls of various sizes have been placed around the shrine. White faces with faint smiles gaze out from the dirty kimonos and black hair. So I was wrong. I thought I saw a side path. Countless dolls smile vacantly. Door is shut. It doesn't look like for you. He went into the shrine. Haruka and I have been close since kindergarten. We sang a song together at graduation. It was called The Song of Memories. Haruka and I looked at each other when we sang together. I'll never forget that. I think about those times a lot lately. They were the best. If I even hum that tune, I start to tear up. Following her this way. Girl watching from behind. Boy watching from behind. Girl watching from behind. That way. Ghost list. gonna say, I don't know if I want to go in the water like that. Well, I should went to the side there. To the other side there. We got something. We got a couple of somethings. More embers. Missed it. Another note. Parent suicide note. I like it here. I can die alone here. There is no one to stop me. I can take things slowly. A peaceful, dignified death. Life is nothing but misery and suffering. I'm sick of it. Straight.
Fuyuhi! Fuyuhi!
Haruka. She's here on the mountain.
Have you seen her?
No, but she's here. I have to find her.
I wonder. Why did the two of us survive? We made a promise that we'd all die together.
When will we get the chance to join the others?
Hey, I'll go and look for Haruka. Let's go back.
Gotta get her back to the exit.
To
Come on.
die alone in a place like this.
Make a quick stop over here. That was weird. Oh, another note. I forgot to. Wasn't paying attention. I hadn't seen any of those ghost arms for a while. Terror note is floating at the edge of the marsh. It looks recent. Watching the sunset makes me want to cry. I have no home to go back to. Nobody would be there if we went back. Everyone would be there, yet no one would. I know that now. That's why I came to the mountain. My grandma used to tell me never to go to the mountain at sunset, but my feet led me here. I chased the sun and it kept getting bigger. I couldn't stop. I felt the need to write something, so I'm scribbling this down. I had to go into the water. I had to write this first. I had to write something. What else should I write? She's calling to me. I have to go before the sun sets. Cheery. Alright, let's get out of this area. Make sure there's nothing in the water to take a picture of.
No, Haruka didn't go this way. This way. There's something over here.
It's another note. Nope, it's film. So what'd you think of the creepy doll shrine?
Fuyuhi!
Now we got creepy kids. Creepy kids. Not trying to leave the area. Where'd the little boy go? There he is. Alright, just a second. Give me a hit of that sacred water. I just gotta deal with the little boy. Got him. Boy in white, girl in yellow, girl in black. They're facing that way. She went up here.
Fuyuhi!
Haruka, she's here.
Door doesn't open. The water's receding on me there. That's good. Need to use up a ember on that little bit of only being halfway. Ah, good. There's another item over here. Didn't see it earlier. Might be another note. Something on the riverbank. Yes, I know, I saw it. Oh, now we know what happened to her boss.
Fuyuhi, where are you?
Oh, she probably went back to the frickin' shrine again. Must have been carried here by the river, just like the camera obscura. As you detect threats capable of being dodged. Isn't here, I have to find her. Alright, went down to 60%. I don't know if that means it's easier to hit now or... just realized I'm full. She's fully moist. Now we have a fresh ghost on our hands. Looks normal there.
Not alone. I don't want to die alone. Aruka, help me. Why won't the pain stop? The pain stop.
There she goes. Touch a weakened ghost and triggers a fatal glance and you'll see its memories.
Haruka. Ryuhi. Ryuhi. Haruka. Ryuhi.
have shown too much. You cannot leave the mountain. It will dissolve into nothing.
Tutorial. Tainted. Ghost attacks may leave you tainted by the black water. If this happens, your health will continuously decrease. Use purifying embers or defeat all present ghosts to remove it. Full on watered.
It is time to end this. This is the fate that awaits all who come to the mountain.
Shrine Maiden. She's the one that brought Fuyui here, the one who made her. It's too dangerous, I can't stay here. I'll have to go back for now. Just it's not the way out. Oh, there's a check there. Tall fence blocks the path. Beyond is an expansive forest. There doesn't appear to be any way around. So I was thinking. This is the way I went through before. It's not the way down, though. Get me out of here. While searching for a friend, Fuyuhi Himino ended up taking her own life. Having witnessed Fuyuhi's final moments, Yuri knows she wasn't alone when she died. What if the other woman had killed herself in the same way? Not to mention the mysterious shrine maiden sought him from the rain. Yuri managed to locate Hisoka's camera obscura along with the charm she always liked to wear. For now, she must return to the antique shop alone. Rank A. I don't know if that's the top rank, but... Trophy earned, Mount Hikami. Hojo, the author who sent Hisoka to find the photographs, takes a closer look at the album. One photo catches his eye and he decides to investigate further. He goes to the inn with the camera obscura and Rui, his assistant. Sure that I'll probably end up with more film. Third drop, post-mortem photography, Rin Hojo. Rin Hojo, a writer, is haunted by a recurring dream in which he kills a young girl during a ritual. He receives an album of post-mortem photographs located on his request by Hisoka. Upon viewing one of the photos, Rin recognizes this very scene from his dreams. Eager to delve further into this puzzling mystery, Rin heads to the abandoned inn in person, this time bringing along his assistant Rui Kagamiya. Well, let's see what we can see.
Will you die with me?
You die with me.
She's beautiful, but she looks sad too.
Yeah.
Isn't she the type of woman that you get nervous around?
Yeah. There may be more of this stuff out there.
Shall I call Hisoka?
No, let's go there ourselves. It'll be quicker that way.
At this hour?
It won't take long.
So then, shouldn't you take the camera obscura? You haven't used it yet. This could be your chance. People say
Cool
there's
design.
something off about that place.
Okay.
My camera obscura is on the desk. Hisoka sent it back after praising it for me. I should take that shadow reading report with me too. It may come in handy. Rui's always complaining about me leaving things on the sofa. Got Rin's camera obscura. Got the measure upgrade. This displays the current health of a locked-on enemy. Yes. Unfinished manuscript on the desk. Doesn't yet have a title. I'll need more materials to solidify the theme. Excuse me. Memorial portraiture. The act of photographing dead bodies was a practice in Western countries in the 19th century, a time when photography was still a rare and expensive luxury. The bodies of recently deceased family members and loved ones were photographed in lifelike poses as a solemn keepsake of remembrance. While researching the phenomenon, I discovered that a similar custom made its way to Japan as well. Known as post-mortem photographs, a small number of these photos still remain. I have been fortunate enough to obtain one such photograph, which I found to contain a certain beauty, lacking in its Western counterparts. When photography first arrived in Japan, it was accompanied by the prevalent superstition that photographs could steal a person's soul. Whether anyone truly believed this or not, it surely gave post-mortem photography a special significance in Japan. If photos were taken with this belief in mind, then post-mortem photographs would not simply have been taken as keepsakes or for mourning purposes. Rather, the practice may have been carried a certain deeper spiritual significance. To reply to the appraisal request for this camera obscura, it urges caution in using it. To Rin Hojo, the camera you left me to look at is a device known as a camera obscura. Its purpose is to capture images of the supernatural, things invisible to the naked eye. These cameras are incredibly rare, with an almost mythical status in the antiques market. A few have been known to exist, but this is the first I've ever seen with compound lenses. I don't mean to frighten you, but rumor holds that to own a camera obscura is to invite misfortune. They say everyone who has owned one has either died, lost their mind, or gone missing. The cameras themselves have outlived many owners. While some aficionados do seek them at an impact on their value as antiques, my camera obscura was left to a local family after its previous owner passed away. They graciously gave it to me. I believe yours is still usable, but please do exercise caution in doing so. Sincerely, Hisoka Kurosawa. P.S. The cover on your camera obscura is broken, but it seems it originally had a box shape. I doubt you'd sell it to me, but I'd like to borrow it for a while if you don't mind. I am happy to compensate. Please think it over. Left the showering report on the sofa. I should take it with me just in case. May have some information that I could use. Who knows when I might need it. This looks like a report written by Yuri. It seems to be about the photo album. Found item report. Client Rin Hojo. Report by Yuri Kuzakata. Verified by Hisoka Kurosawa. Details of request. Find items pertaining to post-mortem photography on Mount Hikami. Obtain them if possible. Perform shadow reading using a post-mortem photograph found on Mount Hikami as a token. Located album of post-mortem photographs in Ichiru Manor. Took custody of the object. Where did I put that book about Mount Hikami? Has Rue been tidying up again? It might be on one of the shelves. Might be shivering right there. The Maiden Slayer. I came across this book while researching Mount Hikami. I don't think the story has anything to do with what's going on now, but you never know. Maiden Slayer. Mount Hikami has long been steeped in legends revolving around ghost suicide and ghosts. Revered as a sacred place since time immemorial, it was once the worshipping ground and home of many shrine maidens. Once there was a man who fell in love with a maiden and came to the mountain in order to court her. However, she remained loyal to her duties and refused his advances. Enraged, the man killed her and threw her into the river. Several days later, he returned with a torch and blade and proceeded to brutally butcher all the shrine maidens on the mountain, tossing them into the river as he went. The waters of the mountain flowed red with blood, carrying the slaughtered corpses of the maidens all the way down to the pool of purification. It is said that the eyes of each of the shrine maidens had been gouged out. Just before killing the first maiden and tossing her into the river, the man's eyes met with those of his victims. Something in her eyes led him to murder the others, so the legend goes. With all the maidens dead, he killed himself by cutting his own throat. The ghosts of shrine maidens still drenched in those bloodied waters have appeared on the mountains ever since. It is said that those who meet their eyes are led to their deaths. They follow the woman into the water and drown themselves. Though only a legend, the story is believed to be based on an actual incident. Local records show that the bodies of several shrine maidens were discovered long ago, and that all rituals and rites ceased to be performed from that day on. This looks like part of Rui's journal. It must have gotten mixed in here while tidying. I feel bad reading it, but Mr. Hojo can't clean up after himself. For someone who's lived alone for so long, he's incapable of housework. He can't cook and he's bad at tidying up. I'm more like his caretaker than his assistant. He loses things all the time, and whenever he doesn't have a book he needs, it blows up. He usually ends up asking Ms. Kurosawa for help. One time when I was trying to sort all his books, there was one I couldn't find anywhere. It's like it just disappeared. Ms. Kurosawa found it with her shadow reading. She went into his room on her own, then came back out a little while later with a missing book. She just smiled and said something about making the invisible visible. What is this shadow reading business anyway? That reminds me of that one time I was tidying up and I came across something I'd never seen before. It was like Ms. Kurosawa said, the invisible became visible. It was kept inside an old box. I don't even know what it was. I put it aside to sort out later on, but when I went to take a proper look, it had vanished. It must have gone invisible again.
It's almost sunset. We should hurry.
Yeah, let's go.
I didn't realize this game would have so many themes of
There's a local
suicides.
superstition warning people not to go up Mount Hikami after dusk. If you climb the mountain in the twilight hours, it'll show you a different form. Its true form. Only those who wish to die come here at that time.
Saying I didn't realize there would be so many suicide themes in the
I
game.
think that's the inn where the album was found. This must be Ichiru Manor. So, do you think you'll be able to use the camera obscura? I think you should try it out first, just to be sure.
Okay.
This type of camera obscura allows you to take multiple photos at once. Use the multi-shot square function to take 4 photos at once, dealing more damage to the ghosts than your photograph. Taking multiple photos at once also helps to get fatal frame shots. After multi-shot, the camera obscura will take longer than usual to reload the film. Keep in mind that multi-shots quickly use up a lot of film. Also, standard camera obscura lenses do not work with rinse camera obscura. Feel free to take more pictures if you wish.
Is the camera working?
Well, you look like you, so yeah.
Is that a good thing?
We should go.
I hear the older part of this inn, the part that's further back inside, it was part of some temple or shrine. After it became an inn, the proprietor's family lived here, but it doesn't look like anyone was a massive landslide that hit Mount Hikami. Maybe they were all buried under the rubble. Hey, it looks like the album you asked for was found in the old building.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
Soko is investigating the inn. I should head straight there. I saw something blink for a second over there. Probably just the light hitting the flowers. Old three-story inn stands in silence. The landslide raced down the mountain and through the inn, dumping all it picked up into the pond. Interesting. It's the wooden frame of a tattered sliding door. I can't tell whether it's been burned or blackened by mold. Camera's reacting to something. Oh, here, I thought you couldn't do that. Camera Obscura has the power to photograph the invisible. Or if this is the same as the power Hisoka uses for her shadow reading. Well, used, but you know. Drowned woman. Hatch on the duct has shut itself. It must have been the wind. Gotta love those rational explanations for everything. Hands waving in the dark. So this is the way he went.
should be around here.
Oh, we get the descriptions on some of them now. Okay, so not all of them are getting descriptions, but... like just being about business. To check, not open. See, so on the other side of the boards, the walls and ceiling are warped, and they're all creaking. The entire building must be buried. That's a comforting thought.
This must be the room where Hisoka found that album.
Yeah, it seems so.
Man shrouded in darkness. Distracting something. Maybe I can see something through the viewfinder. Crumpled old note is materialized. This must be what the camera is reacting to. There's a note lying on the shelf. Maybe it belonged to someone who lived here. Messy note one. How long has it been since I lost everything? The mountain swallowed up half my inn. All I have left is that old album of postmortem photographs. Postmortem. The one left by my father. I don't even know who these photos are of, but it's the last vestige of family I have. How long have I spent here wallowing in the darkness? It doesn't matter. I'll burn it all. And then there will only be me. I think I'll end up in the observation room on the roof. The sunset is lovely up there. Using this note as a token, I might find a trace that will lead me to some info about that photograph. Man of the Darkness. Alcove wall has come loose, revealing black soil behind it. The whole room must be buried. Okay, back through the door. So you get to see what the upstairs looks like, huh? Windows in this hallway have all been nailed shut. Missed it. There was a guy in front of it.
According to the stories, after the landslide, the owner of the inn moved to the 3rd floor. They say he burned himself to death there, or that he threw himself into the lake.
A common enough story.
Tell me about it.
Sacred water.
Since then, they say that if you look up at the 3rd floor veranda, you'll see someone looking back down.
Really?
I'm sorry.
See water on the 1st floor through a hole in the floor. The walls have all collapsed. The guest rooms now all seem to be connected. What do I want to do? More damage or faster loading? More damage. Film. Towards the door. My flashlight won't penetrate the thick glass. Perhaps the landslide buried the building even up to this floor. It's locked. I can't open it. The camera's wrapped into the door. It's that grate that popped open. Perhaps shows a duct with his hat open. This photo might be showing me the location of the key to this door. I think that was there earlier, or at least I didn't notice it. Another messy note. Messy note too. Like the one I found in the old building, it looks like it belonged to the innkeeper. Even before the landslide, there were always strange goings on around here. Some years ago, 2 girls went missing on a college field trip. The police were stumped. A few days later, one of the girls turned up again, seemingly out of her mind. There were lots of theories, but most people believed they were simply spirited away. That girl came back each year to look for her friend, like some sort of pilgrimage. Countless people have gone missing with her over the years. We're all used to it by now. My father was spirited away too, as was the folklorist Keiji Watarai. Next it'll be my turn, I bet. No one will think to come looking for me. Excuse me. Don't know why it's guiding me into this room. It's the door I need to open. I can see the first floor through the big hole in the middle of the room. I think I'm directly above the room I first came in through. I think after I finish this mission, I am going to call it a day on the stream. Pale blue light is visible through the window. It looks like moonlight. More film. Excuse me. Can't see anything outside the thick frosted glass window. Perhaps a landslide buried the building even up to this floor. I think it was down that way. Guess not. Can't get the hatch to the duct open. It's being shut by a powerful force. The camera's reacting to it. Sync shots. Taking photos identical to the psychic photographs taken with the camera obscura can break seals blocking your access. Take a photo that matches the one you already have. Latch to the duct is now open. Something in there among the pipes. Key on yellow keychain. has caved in and blocked the hallway. The rubble looks to have earth mixed in with the concrete from the building ceiling. Alright, let's see. So here. This would be a very, very, very treacherous place to have to fight a ghost. So, of course, now that I've said that, I'm probably going to have to. Yep. Glasses back. Ghost left something behind when it disappeared. This old note has been left here. This place has gone from a tourist hotspot to a suicide hotspot, but I suppose that was always the case. This mountain and death go together side by side. Mikamori was once known as the Grove of Shrine Maidens, a sacred grove where the mountain's maidens oversaw the deaths of pilgrims using their passing to the other side. I like that. I envy it. I wish someone would be here to see me off. Was that the man who wrote this note? Maybe I'll find something upstairs.
Really?
Gonna hit up some herbal medicine real quick here just to top me off a little bit. Man in the darkness, man shrouded in darkness. Man hanged by the neck. I thought it looked like he had a necktie or something.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Alright, shall we continue then? Stairs leading down are buried under earth. It doesn't look like I can get down this way. It's okay. Guess there's nowhere to go but up. Stone 1. Black stone that emits a mysterious light. If you run out of health, it will protect you. Ah. Interesting. Two of them. Nice. Excellent. Perfect. Door won't budge. Something must be blocking it from the inside. There's another door above the stairs on the other side. Yeah, that's where I was going to go next. In the original game, you could only have one mirror stone, or whatever they called it, to resurrect you if you died, so glad to see two of them. Man transfixed by sunset. Last of the notes. Look like something else up there too. Scrap of notebook paper on the floor. It looks like there's something written on it. The sunset beckons. It's calling me into the water. This is the right thing to do. Ew, vertigo. Window below is shattered. Did that man jump from here? Actually, there's nothing out here that I can... Oh, saw it for a second there. There's something to pick up. Film! Staring at something. Whole room is charred. That man might have left something behind. If he did, it'd like to be hidden.
Looks like there was a fire. This must be where the innkeeper moved.
It's a book. I was expecting something to pop up behind her. Uh-oh.
Rui! Rui! What's wrong? Is something there?
Woman in the netherworld. Knocked way over there.
What were you doing? Can't you remember anything? Let's go home.
I was gonna say, nope, she's just gonna pass out.
You cannot leave the mountain.
Huh?
You will dissolve into nothing.
Chunk of damage to her. Keep forgetting, wrong button. she'll probably just back up again. Alright.
We're leaving.
Woman dressed like Shrine Maiden. She connected to the note that I found. There's a note here, and it seems to have been singed a little by fire. Album of post-mortem photographs was assembled by a folklorist who lived on the mountain. His name was Keiji Watarai. He became fascinated by the custom and moved to Mount Hakami to study how it spread through Japan. My father seemed to take an interest in these photos as well. Strange foreign customs always fascinated him. While he was running the inn, he helped Watarai collect post-mortem photographs from the nearby town. On Mount Hakami, water itself was deified. It seems Watarai wanted to get a deeper understanding of this unique outlook, so he set up a house in the forest to experience it firsthand. He was greatly aided by my father, who had already set up the inn by that point. He remodeled it from an old unused shrine. I think he thought the extra religious heft would help attract more visitors. One day the folklorist went missing. Several people formed a search party, but they were unable to find a trace. Even the road to his house seemed to have been lost to the woods. My father scoured the mountain too, but all he found was that photo album. He was soaking wet when he got back. I remember he was acting strangely. His eyes had this curious glint, almost like he'd been possessed by something. Next thing I knew, my father went missing as well. I had forgotten about the photos until I found them in the old building after the landslide, but now I understand why my father left Watarai too. These photos are so beautiful. Keiji Watarai, folklorist who lived on Mount Hakami. Hisoka probably has some books about him. We should get back. Rui needs to rest. The photo album left behind by the innkeeper was put together by a folklorist who lived on Mount Hakami. As Rin and Rui explored the inn and traced the spirit of its owner, a ghost tried to lure Rui to a suicide. Then through the pouring rain, an ominous shrine maiden appeared. Rin and Rui left the mountain with more questions than when they started. Hey! I got -2 points for using the Type 61 film. Or for buying it. Trophy earned post-mortem photography. Interlude, shadow reading, Yuri Kozukata. Well, I was gonna stop her after that, but hey. With Hisoka still missing, Yuri recalls what she witnessed on the mountain. Fuyuhi taking her own life while entranced by a malevolent spirit, and the bodies of dead shrine maidens washed up at the pool of purification. These disquieting images leave Yuri with no doubt that Mount Hakami houses some kind of horrifying secret. Yuri takes the camera obscura that she found on the mountain and begins searching for a token that will lead her to Hisoka. Well, you had the necklace right there.
Suicide, huh? There was no body, right? And you said, what was it? That lots of women's bodies washed up afterwards? I think there have been reports saying something like that before. Oh, well. I'll see what I can find out tomorrow.
Hisoka's camera obscura is on the desk. This is the only picture from the camera obscura that shows anything. A dark silhouette standing on what looks like a body of water. The other photos are no good. They're all black, as if they were exposed to strong light. This doesn't tell me anything. Maybe there are more clues in Hisoka's room. Hisoka's camera obscura is on the desk. The only picture from the camera obscura that shows anything. A dark silhouette standing on what looks like a body of water. The other photos are no good. They're all black, as if they were exposed to strong light. This doesn't tell me anything. Maybe there are more clues in Hisoka's room. Ahsoka put this desk here for me. This used to be Ahsoka's bedroom, but she freed it up for me to use. There are some baskets and file cases on top of the dresser. Ahsoka set them out for me, but I'm not sure what to do with them. Ahsoka. She likes to sit at her desk to relax. The Japanese style of the room helped her de-stress. Can't get her picture. It's an old Japanese style full-length mirror. I've never liked looking into mirrors. Nothing of interest in here. It's the storeroom on the first floor. You have a bed in the storeroom?
Forgive me.
Girl in uniform. What was that? Is there something in that room? File on top of some luggage. Akari Narumi. Looks like a report on a shadow reading case, but most of it has been erased, making it difficult to read. Subject Akari Narumi. Client Kyoko Narumi. Token personal photo. Details. Result subject deceased. Nothing I can do. Girl in school uniform has been crumpled up so many times you can't make out the face. Japanese Dreamcatcher? For the staircases. Nope, hallway. Small key. Maybe it opens a drawer in Hisoka's desk. Why did they put the key in the under her bed? Or under that bed, I should say. Some dusty old paperwork was also under here. Miku Hinasaki. Looks like a shadow request reading. Case closed is written in large red letters. Subject Miku Hinasaki. Client Sachi Ayami. Friend. Token personal photo. Details. Disappeared searching for her missing brother but was found. Mother of one, father unknown. Disappeared again 3 years later. Note. Photographer. Client is her daughter's guardian. Result. Search abandoned. Attempted shadow reading but several times, but traces were too weak to follow. Suspect subject is alive, but a newer or stronger token is required. It may be that the subject does not want to be found. Miku! A warm but lonely expression. She looks like she might fade away at any moment. A few more pages in here. Samugi Katachina. Client, family physician, token, personal photo, details, unstable family, tendency to blame herself for strife with her half-sister, bears self-inflicted wounds. Note, strict family may be the cause. We'll ask doctor for care after subject is found. Result, search abandoned, contacted by the family, matter has been turned over to the police, have been asked to drop the investigation. Her face seems tinged with sadness. She's still missing, but her family has given up the search. Case closed is written in large red letters. Yuri Kozakata. Subject Yuri Kozakata. Client not listed. Token personal photo. Details. Emotionally unstable after family loss and accident. Stopped going to school a few days ago. Neighbors say she left home as normal. Note. Claimed to see things others can't. Now recovered. Result. Taken into custody. Observation required. Safety in my custody. Believe close attention is necessary. We'll look after her for a while. High school graduation photo. Just look at that intense expression. Wonder how much I've changed since then. I still have a hard time looking at mirrors. Alright. Check the desk in Hisoka's room. Small key to unlock the drawer. File tucked away in the desk drawer. It contains photos and several sheets of paper. Haruka Momose. Haruka Momose. Client F. Himino. Friend. Token. Personal photo. Details. Client and subject used to be cafe regulars. A group suicide was reported at the time of disappearance. Connection unknown. Note. A quiet, gentle girl. Seemed keen to please others. Haruka Momose. Compared to her photo with Fuyuhi, she has a somewhat darker expression. Miu Hinasaki. Looks like someone else who went missing on the mountain. Miu Hinasaki. Client S. Ivama. Foster mom. Token. Personal photo. Details. Went looking for her birth mother, missing since subject's childhood. Uttered something about Mount Hikami, according to her talent agent. Note. Said to possess psychic powers. Client is very worried. Photo of a slender, elegant young woman. So this is Miu Hinasaki. Cassette tape for an answering machine. The label shows a date and the client's name. A missing person file for one Kazuya Sakaki. I've heard Hisoka mention the name before. Subject Kazuya Sakaki. Client Ren Hojo. Friend. Token personal photo. Details known to wander off. Went incommunicado while gathering post-mortem photographs for Ren, awaiting possible contact. Note. Gives a bad impression. Seems quite unlike Ren. Kazuya Sakaki. He's a friend of Ren's, but I've never met him. There's a journal tucked away in the drawer. It looks like some notes for relating to clients. Met with a potential client. Doesn't know whether subject is alive or dead. Says she may have wandered off somewhere, may be waiting for help. Doesn't want to leave home in case subject comes back on her own. I tripped up and said something I shouldn't have. I asked what she'd do when we find her. She laughed and said when she gets back there are things I want to tell her. Her smile looked forced. She looked down worn down by it all. I should mind my own business. I'm worried about leaving Yuri alone, but this one is urgent. No time to lose. I have to go. Let's file a list of missing person cases that Hisoka took on. Haruka Momose, this is the girl that Fuyuhi was looking for. May be able to track her down if I use this photograph as a token. Bed has been tucked away behind the desk. This room used to be a study and the bed was in another room. Hisoka moved the bed in here so I could take her room. Hisoka says that she prefers cozy quarters. I hope she doesn't. She's not just doing it for my sake. Excuse me. There's been something there for a second. I missed it. Hisoka Kurosawa going outside. Hisoka, this time I'm the one who'll save you. Using the camera obscura, Yuri found a number of missing person case files connected to Mount Hakami. She is now more determined than ever to head back to the mountain and find Hisoka. Alright. Okay, well, I hope that anybody that might have been here enjoyed watching. I'll be back tomorrow. I should be back tomorrow. Everyone have a good day. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.